biggest headlines from ABC15 are sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys. One call, that's all.
Hi, on this Thursday, I'm Megan Thompson tracking your afternoon update right now from ABC15 Arizona. Authorities are now linking a deadly hit and run to a raid on underage drinking. Last month, in one night, police made nearly 250 arrests there at Tempe Tavern. ABC 15 News team has confirmed that a 19-year-old woman accused in a deadly hit and run was at Tempe Tavern an hour before that crash, and she's now facing charges. And we're told this case is actually what prompted the raid in the first place. Now to our state of education coverage. The Phoenix Union High School District's governing board considering axing 100-plus jobs district-wide. This as they work to make up deficits in the district's budget, which they attribute to declining enrollment like so many others. PXU says it needs to make up roughly a $35 million deficit over the next 2 years. And keeping you posted on the Kyrene School District, they're giving families an update on their long-term plan. The governing board asking staff to prepare 2 proposals that would close fewer schools than the plan they had originally recommended. The current proposal is now closing 8 schools, 6 elementary and 2 middle. Now the alternative plan includes closing 5 elementary schools or 4 elementary and 2 middle. The plan will be presented on Tuesday. A vote could happen December 16th at the earliest. To a key update in the Colorado River sharing negotiations. After the deadline for an agreement passed last month, the basin states, including Arizona, now have until mid-February to figure out how to split up the Colorado River water in the future. We've been telling you this agreement has crucial impacts on things like agriculture and infrastructure for those lower basin states like Arizona. The states now have until February 14th to share the love on that Valentine's Day and share the water before federal intervention. Now, between glass ceilings and outdated expectations at home, women were less likely to be seen as the main salary earners in relationships. But one superstar may be helping change all that. Scripps News Group's Holly Furfer is showing us how the so-called Taylor Swift effect is empowering women to be the breadwinner in their families and to be proud of it.
Women make about 82 cents to a man's dollar, but more women are now bringing home a bigger paycheck than their partners. Liz Friedman knows this well. She's a former chief people officer for a company with over 5,000 employees in 35 countries.
Early in life, I learned from my mother and father that I could do anything and be anything. And that supported my efforts in my career. And I also think it gave me the confidence in my relationship to not let that inhibit my success.
Matt Schultz is LendingTree's chief financial consumer analyst.
We found that about 1 in 4 women in the nation's biggest cities out-earn their partners.
In some cities, the number's even higher. For example, in one of the top metro areas, in nearly 30% of couples, women are the primary earners. And urban areas in the Northeast top that list.
In a relationship where the woman earns more than their partner, the woman is earning, more than double what the partner earns.
Here's what else they found. Only a third of women feel proud about earning more than their partner, but they don't feel pressure to underplay their income compared to men anymore. Analysts say that's in part thanks to the so-called Taylor Swift effect. Her strong, fearless image and the fact that she makes more money than her fiancé inspires many to shake off any negative feelings about out-earning their partners.
And I think far too long, women have taken a back seat. And part of that certainly is the era that we grew up in, but I think that is absolutely changing, and my advice would be to bring it on.
Holly Furfer, Scripps News Group, Atlanta.
With your most accurate forecast on this Thursday, I'm meteorologist Jorge Torres. It will be a chilly start, to say the least, especially in areas east of the valley and southeastern Arizona, where freeze warnings are in effect. Some through at least 9 o'clock this morning, especially in the Tonto Basin. Then for Friday morning in southeastern Arizona, with lows staying in the upper 20s to lower 30s. Here in the valley, we'll keep lows in the 30s and 40s through at least 8 o'clock this morning. Then those temperatures climb into the lower 60s by midday, and forecasting highs in the mid 60s by the afternoon. Northern Arizona, highs only in the 30s. 40s for areas like Flagstaff and Heber, 40 in Show Low and Window Rock. Page, they're along the Grand Circle at 44 with 50s and 60s across the majority of the lower deserts. That 7-day forecast keeping those highs in the 60s in the valley through at least Saturday with lows in the 40s. Then we warm up into the 70s by the latter part of the weekend and early next week. In the high country, chilly today with highs in the 30s in Flagstaff, 40s on Friday. And then for the weekend and next week, those highs are in the 50s, but lows stay in the 20s.
We will have another update tonight. Until then, get the latest news, weather, and traffic at ABC15.com or go ahead and download that free ABC15 mobile app.
These latest headlines from ABC 15 are sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys. One call, that's all.